Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of Mudflap's movie reviews. My name is Mudflap and today I will be reviewing a very fun Halloween movie, Hotel Transylvania. Let's get started. So this movie was always a fun Halloween movie for me. I'm not into the slasher horror films like a lot of people are, but I do find a lot of enjoyment out of the animated genre when it comes to Halloween movies because they're not as scary and they're more fun, and I am definitely a kid at heart still. And I just really love it because one, it focuses on a very classic Halloween character, Dracula, but it also kind of takes the story of Dracula and it twists it and it turns it into a family-friendly movie for all instead of what Dracula is really known for. But I just really like the storyline of this, just Dracula looking out for his kid, but then a human comes into her life. There was always that history between vampires and humans that there's always been bad blood, no pun intended, between the two, but this movie, like, it paints Dracula in a different way as a protective father, but also as someone who throughout the movie he becomes more understanding of humans, and it shows, and it's really a beautiful movie, honestly. It's super funny. It's a hilarious movie. I love Adam Sandler in this movie. When it comes to Adam Sandler movies, I'm kind of a take it or leave it type guy. There are a couple Adam Sandler movies out there that I really like, but I have to say, in my opinion, Hotel Transylvania is one of his best movies that he's made. I just think it's a really creative movie that takes a lot of horror aspects and horror characters that we're really used to seeing, like Frankenstein and the Invisible Man and, Bigfoot, and it turns them into, kind of side characters, and we get to enjoy all those extra characters as well, plus the main storyline and the main focus of the movie. This movie has a star-studded cast that I think is another reason why it was pretty successful. We have Adam Sandler, we have Selena Gomez, we have Andy Samberg, we have Steve Buscemi, we have Kevin James. I mean, it's just a great, great cast. And of course, they all lean into their strengths. A lot of comedy with Kevin James and Andy Samberg, and we have CeeLo Green in there as well. So we have three musicians in this movie: Selena Gomez, CeeLo Green, and Andy Samberg, if you want to count the band Lonely Island as a singing group, which it is, totally is. But it's just a lot of great characters in here, a lot of great character dynamics. My favorites are always between Johnny and Dracula because just the comedic genius between Adam Sandler, who's been in the game a long time, and Andy Samberg, who a lot of us know from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Just really, really great comedy, funny comedy, but also there's some deep moments there between Johnny and Dracula that I really love. Some of my favorite moments of this movie is when we first get introduced to Johnny, and just the interaction that he first has with Dracula is hilarious. Just how defensive Dracula is and how cool and laid back Johnny is about all of it. But I know every time I see this movie, my favorite moment is always when Dracula realizes the big mistake he made by driving a wedge between Mavis and Johnny, and Dracula's friends gather around him and support him and help him get Johnny back. And Dracula can just prove to his daughter Mavis that he's not only a caring father, but he also realizes the importance of letting your child grow up and explore the world around them. I mean, for at least 100 years, he was just cooped up in his castle with his daughter and he didn't let her go anywhere. And it definitely showed in the movie, but eventually, through some really hard-learned lessons, he realized that Mavis needed to go out and experience the world on her own. And the relationship between her and Dracula became even stronger, and then the relationship between Johnny and Dracula also became pretty strong too, as Johnny was just the step towards Dracula accepting humans once again after the terrible, terrible tragedy that Dracula had to endure. Another favorite moment of mine is where Dracula opens up with Johnny about why he hates humans so much, why he doesn't trust them, but he sees Johnny as kind of that hope of humanity. And I always thought that was just a really heartfelt moment where Johnny's pretty much terrified of Dracula, but Dracula actually has some calm side, some almost human-like side to him that it took a while for him to open up, but Johnny was the right person to open up to about it. Yeah, this movie, as funny as it is, tons and tons of funny moments, a very comedic movie, but definitely the underlying tone throughout the entire movie is a parent looking out for their child, wanting what's best for them, and that's definitely a life lesson we can all incorporate in our own lives. Not if we have kids or if we don't have kids, look at your parents and, how much they've sacrificed for you and how much they love you and protect you and what's best for you. But they also let you go out and experience life, make mistakes, but they're always there for you no matter what you do or, whatever mistake you made. They're still there, they still love you, they still want what's best for you, but they don't hold you back. They let you experience the world. And, Dracula really took him a while to do that. And it's definitely a scary thing. I'm not a parent, but I know I've talked to a lot of people, and I know families are all different. And some families are pretty concerned about letting their kids go out into the world because the world is a scary place, it's unpredictable. But, what's the alternative? You stay in your home and you never explore the world out there, and that's what Mavis was going through. She just didn't have any dreams. She didn't have anything to live for, really, because Dracula was the exact same way. So this movie is just an incredibly powerful reminder of, yeah, the world's crazy, the world's dangerous, but, life is really, really beautiful, and it's out there for us to enjoy and explore. So, when you do have kids, let your kid go out and explore the world and find someone special, just like Johnny and Mavis found each other. So for Hotel Transylvania, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 Mudflaps. So there have been tons of different portrayals of Dracula throughout the year, so let me know in the comments below, who is your favorite portrayal of Dracula? And as always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time.